Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About with Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. Quite frankly, we will talk about it all. Sunday evening, daylight savings. I'm exhausted. I don't know if it's from the 1 hour of sleep that I gained or it feels like it's midnight right now. And it's really not that late.
Well, when it falls on a homecoming weekend and we're drunk for like 72 hours straight, you don't really miss the extra or the hour of sleep, right?
The hour doesn't help you. It doesn't help you that much for sure. But it was which we'll get to in a moment. It was a great day at University of Maryland yesterday for a tailgate and an awful day for a football game. That's all we'll say about Maryland football. Anyways, Rockfish let us in with Chesapeake time. Again, he's been with us these, 2.5 years we've been doing this. Episode 149 we are on this right now. So he has been with us for that almost the entire ride that we've had here, along with, shall we say, Scotty's Vodka. I know you've got a Scotty shirt on. Both of you do. And I've got the little bottle here of Scotty's Vodka. Scotty, once again, a rock star, where he turned up yesterday at the tailgate and people wanted to meet him. April B. Superfan was there and was dying to meet Scotty. It was like one of the highlights. And not only that, she randomly got pulled in one of your raffles to win a bottle of Scotty's Vodka.
You won a bottle of Scotty's.
Yeah, she was very happy with that. So
she was so excited, which was awesome.
But it was quite Scotty did quite a great job in supporting the tailgate, as he does all of our events. So again, Scotty, thank you for that. It was just real quick. It was Halloween weekend. Yesterday was the 1st of November. Halloween was on Friday, which obviously Halloween on Friday is a good deal. My neighborhood here in Delaware, which, lower, slower Delaware, my street apparently is the street where people come in from all over. We gave out 550 pieces of candy between 6 and 8 p.m. That's how many kids came by because they just come from all over. Street.
So what? Because is yours neighborhood the biggest neighborhood in the
area? When we have a street. Our street is basically a very big oval, right? It has one entrance at one end and goes all the way around, and you can only get out that same entrance. So I think families think it's safe to send their kids down there, and there's a couple houses that do it up like Hollywood style decorations on their houses with animatronics and all sorts of stuff. So
what candy did you give out?
Pirates of the Caribbean. What was that?
What candy did you give out?
We went to BJ's, the Costco equivalent. I know that's sort of an odd name for a store, but anyways, we went there and we would just buy the multi bags of 200 pieces each. We had like 200 bags of 200, and we would just hand that out. So there was
chocolate and sugar.
A lot of sugary stuff. Yeah. It was all mixed together, and I did some damage before Halloween, so that was all right. But it was but it was great.
Hey, Biff, did I tell you that Lucky was sharing a story with me that he went to a paranormal seminar, and the speaker asked, how many of you folks have seen ghosts? And about half the audience raised their hand. And then he says, well, how many have touched a ghost? And about 10 people, including Lucky, raised his hand. And then he said, how many of you have had sex with a ghost? And only Lucky had his hand up. So he goes, young man, come up here. So Lucky came up and he says, so tell us the story about you having sex with a ghost. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I thought you said goat.
Goat?
Goat. That's perfect. Thank you, Mr. Fun, for not making me the butt of those jokes. Again, I'm sure it'll come back to haunt me later in the podcast, but that's
a number of our listeners have sent me, hey, you have to talk about this, because we had talked about Halloween a couple different times.
Yeah.
But one of the popular things this year was the faux hair micro string thong for $25. Well, I'm sorry, for $32. It's
what
like
are you saying?
It's like fake pubic hair.
That's the Kim Kardashian thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is crazy, and she sold out or something on that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
She made it. Do you know that, Mr. Fun? What we're talking about?
I have no idea.
So women shave themselves. They shave themselves. So you can't see it on the phone. It's not showing up. But okay. So then what they do is she then developed a thong that put hair back on.
Wow.
Basically.
Wait, it's like hanging out, like it's disgusting?
No, it's on the front.
It looks like a landing strip.
Oh.
Yeah. On the front
I thought
of
it was like a joke, like she was really hairy.
No.
All right. So what did you go as, Lucky?
So on Friday night, I went out with Dave Lindy and a bunch of us because we had some friends in town for homecoming at University of Maryland. So we dressed up in Annapolis. I wore a blonde wig with a Mexican sombrero, and I had a blue tutu. And you would not believe.
What were you?
Well, I was like a Mexican ballerina. Is basically what I eventually landed on.
Of course you were.
Yeah, but the how many people were attracted to my costume, and it was just like a throwaway kit, because I just grabbed some stuff because we were dressing up and going out. But blondes do have more fun. I mean, everybody wanted to talk to me, and a lot of the females wanted to see what my hair looked like, my real hair. So I had this blonde wig on. I had to take my blonde wig off a couple times, and they were very impressed with my hair game. So
do you know what you learn when a blonde in a miniskirt does a headstand? That she's a brunette. She's a brunette.
All right.
Okay.
So we were, I'm not sure. I've been putting the short jokes out there on YouTube, and we've actually done the last thousands upon thousands of views on the last 2 jokes we put out there. I'm not sure that one's going to make the cut.
Wait, how about this one then? This one's clean. What is a witch's favorite subject in school? Spelling. Get it? Spelling?
Spelling. Okay. That's you've gone the completely 180 degrees the other way there.
Sorry. Mr. Fun, have you kept track of how many Sora videos you've made?
I'm doing about 3 a day. I've been on it for about 2.5 weeks, so I'm up to like 180 or whatever that adds up to.
What are your favorite themes for the Sora videos?
So you put in anything you want, and then it's fun when it comes out, and you're like, "Oh my god, that's funnier than I thought." So I was running from a lion, and I leapt up onto a elephant, and I said something like, "I'm the king of the jungle," and it was great. It was great. I outran a lion.
Have you figured out why or how to why sometimes it comes skinny Mr. Fun versus the fat Mr. Fun?
I type in my name in good shape or muscular or skinny. Like I have to tell it to make me in good shape. Otherwise it makes me fat. Really
so
fat.
Would you ever pay for it to get so you don't have to just end it at 8 seconds or is this just enough for you?
You know what? I think a 10-second video is enough for everybody. So I think it's good.
I agree.
It's good.
Well, okay. So here's the thing, Mr. Fun, you got to watch out for.
What's that?
Everyone who's making Sora videos, okay, so you're making your own Sora video where you're the star of it, basically, and there are other faces that show up in your video. People in the background called extras. You're probably going to be an extra in somebody else's Sora video because of your use of the application. I hope you know that.
Well, so far, 2 people have reached out and become like the equivalent of a friend, and they've put me in their videos. So I'm like sitting at the bar next to them, which they're doing that on purpose. But I'm fine with that. I like that idea.
So I ended up being the subject of one of Mr. Fun's videos this week, and he made me 90 years old looking like Joe Biden.
And
what are you doing? The only resemblance is that he had white pants on. Right.
No, but if you've been in 2 videos, there's a video that he made of you as college roommates where you were sleeping under the covers.
No, that was not me. That was our friend down in North Carolina. That was not.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That was not me, but it could have been me, I suppose, but it was not me in that case. So, but because I mentioned in passing that, so I, my sauna. I keep talking about saunas. It's like the last 2 weeks I've talked about saunas. So then, which got me into thinking about locker room etiquette. So when you go into a locker room now, like Lucky, maybe at the golf club, you go to the locker room and Mr. Fun, you're wherever you are, you go to gyms or golf club and go to the locker room. Do you, there's people that they strip down nothing and they're, just walk around like it's just, just like they're at their own home. Are you that type of person in a sauna? In a locker room? Like if you're going to take a shower? Like you walk around naked to the shower, or do you like quickly wrap yourself up in a towel, go to the shower or whatever, and then do what? How do you? It's just one of these things. I don't know if it's because I've gotten older. I just don't feel like parading around.
Biff,
what is it?
I don't know. Like when the last time I was naked in a locker room, like I would probably just go home and shower at home. Like if I'm sweaty, like
yeah. Well, it's super sweaty. It's not like a normal sweat. coming out of a sauna. You just can't. I mean, I suppose I could jump in the pool, but I find that to be a little, repulsive. I don't want to do that.
I love being naked in a locker room.
So do you wander around, Mr. Fun, when you're at the same fitness center that I go to when you were in town? Would you walk around in that locker room?
I go from my locker to the shower, and then I often go back. When I'm drying my hair, I'm just sort of letting everything hang out, concentrating on making sure that I'm well groomed.
Saying hi to everybody. Hello. Is that you're like?
I will.
Okay.
So, Biff, I take it you don't like to be naked in the locker room, and you're uncomfortable when naked men walk past you.
No, it's not that I'm uncomfortable. I just, I guess I just have, I just feel that, it's like discretion. I don't know. I just feel there's some discretion warranted. I don't know. It's not that I'm not naked at one point, but I'm not naked parading around.
Do
you think there's
parading's a relative term?
Well, it sounds like you are. It sounds like you're leading the band.
I'm walking back and forth to the locker. That's it. I'm not parading.
Slowly.
Do you think there's some different rules and etiquette for women in naked in locker rooms versus men?
That's a good question. I wouldn't know. I would one might assume, but we should have somebody tell us.
I got to share this with you. My wife, when I get naked, still thinks that she must think I'm sexy, because I always, when I walk in front of her naked, I always hear her go, "What an ass."
Good one.
Well, anyways, so if any of our female listeners would like to chime in on that, we would welcome some thoughts on etiquette in the women's locker room. So we'll leave it at that. So anything going on in the world, Doc?
Well, okay. So what's really going on in the world are Mr. Fun and I's wives. They are traveling for the next month or so in India. And Mr. Fun and I are like on our own to try to survive, see what it's like to be, bachelors again, or single, or take care of ourselves and not have any assistance. I don't know, Mr. Fun, how are you doing day 2 in?
I'm struggling. I think I OD'd on Viagra the other night. It was the hardest night of my life. It was the hardest night of my life. Hey, I've also discovered that porn is so different with the volume on. It's so different when you put.
So what? You don't, when Mrs. Fun is home, you don't?
I had no idea they actually made noise. I thought they just moved their mouths and.
And what? You turn it up extra loud?
Me and the dogs watch porn together.
It is lonely. It's a lonely house being the only person here. You know, and I'm lucky the first weekend where my wife was away, I had you guys. We had homecoming weekend, so I got to spend the whole weekend with my friends. But I'm a little worried, Biff. I don't know. What do you think? Any advice or guidance for us? While we're.
I think you and Mr. Fun need to bond. I think that you need to get together. You can have dinner a couple nights a week, right? Maybe I saw Mr. Fun was taking golf lessons.
Yep, golf lessons.
That's something he's been doing while Mrs. Fun is in India. So maybe you can take him to the club, Lucky, and he can play with you.
Well, it's half price burger night tomorrow night, Mr. Fun. Maybe would you like to come and have? I thought
you were going to Baltimore. You're not going to the game.
I mean, Tuesday night. Tuesday night. All right, remind me. I'll check my busy calendar. I gotta be honest with you.
I'm really enjoying kind of being alone. It's not that I'm having an okay time being alone.
Are you bonding with your dogs?
No. I treat them like they're farm animals. I let them out. I feed them. Then I
tie them up in the yard.
Then I herd them back into the cages.
So maybe I'll come out to see you guys for the 150th episode, which is this coming weekend. So
Let's
we can do that.
I'm going to be up in Jersey.
Oh, well, we'll have to find another time to.
I'll be back Sunday night, though. I'll be back.
We can figure that out. Maybe we can do that. And,
Hey, I was going to make a joke about old men naked in a locker room, but I thought it was low-hanging fruits.
Fruits.
I was thinking, fruit. Okay.
Somehow, yes, Mr. Fun, and then he tried to play it off. Said the word vagina yesterday, and the only way that he can do it, Virgina. Right? He goes, I meant to say it though. That's the way I pronounce Virgina. I said it for effect. I'm like, okay,
It's
you know
tough
you
being from
yeah,
New Jersey. English
it
is
is
my
tough.
second language.
It is tough being from New
Our
Jersey.
our wives are doing like elephant sanctuary. They're going to like a sloth sanctuary, doing all stuff. But did you guys see that story this week? Where the truck full of monkeys crashed in Mississippi, and 21 Reese monkeys escaped into the wild. Did you
Huh.
see that?
I
Yeah, I
did.
saw that. They got most of them back, right? But not all of them.
Well, they were worried because they were coming from, I think, Tulane University or University of New Orleans, someplace where they were doing research. They thought they were, test monkeys, and people were worried that they were going to be carrying some disease. So they actually had to kill a bunch of them. They captured some of them, but some of them were on the loose for a while. I think there's still at least one still on the loose. They haven't found all 21 of them. But can you imagine? Like, that's like how one of the theories of how the COVID virus started. Some weird sideways animal thing. Bats or whatever the hell was going on in China. One of the theories, but like
Yeah.
how dangerous that would have been if those monkeys were carrying some kind of research-esque kind of disease or whatever.
Yeah.
It's got to be one pissed off monkey though. That's one left. I mean, that guy. They were in an R&D facility or test facility. That monkey's like, yeah, you don't come near me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That's a gibbon.
But there's a lot of conspiracy theories on this. Like, how does a truck driving with these monkeys coming from tests spill out, and their crates that they're in break open, and all of them skedaddle out into the wild?
It's like a scene from Planet of the Apes. Like,
So you're suggesting it's a PETA-like thing?
No, I think it might be someone who will benefit from having infectious disease spread by these monkeys. Next thing you know, we're COVID 2.0. That's what the theory. That's not my theory, but that's what the conspiracy people are saying. Like, how does it happen like this? And because people are on red alert because of what all the theories about the original COVID virus, how that started.
Did you? And somewhat related to animal news, since we're on it. Did you know the state of Florida now has a bounty system to
for
get
the
pythons?
snakes. Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
they've hired a company. I think that's a lot that has a making a lot of money, and then they're making literally snake skin products out of them to get rid of these pythons that are not indigenous to Florida.
Are the
to get 'em
python?
out.
Are they dangerous? Do they kill?
Yeah, well,
other animals?
they're killing other animals, right?
Wow.
There's
And
like a
then-
whole show on it. Swamp people, or I forget what it's
Yeah.
called, but they go out there and they catch them. They barehanded. They catch them.
Yeah, so
crazy.
and I found it interesting that they took the strategy of of doing that to get rid of the pythons. It's like in Maryland, it's snakehead. I think that's the
Snakefish,
invasive
or
snake.
snakehead
Yeah,
fish.
it's invasive in Maryland, right? And they want you to kill them, and they make soup out of them, right?
So the
Same.
first one they found, Biffer, was in Bowie, Maryland. They had to drain a pond, and they didn't find it. Somebody pulled one out of a pond when he was fishing, and they drained the pond and didn't find another one. It's crazy.
Even it wanted to get out of Bowie, Maryland.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of the World Series this year?
I did.
I watched highlights of yesterday's game. That was an incredible game, right?
That series, and again, I'm not a Dodgers or a Toronto Blue Jays fan. I really don't have a dog in the fight there, but it was so like must-watch TV. You got Ohtani, you got comebacks, you got 18-inning games, you got Game 7 heroics. I mean, it was a great World Series.
Did you? And the guy that hit the home run, did you hear that stat? He's won the World Series the last 6 years in a row.
Is that what?
Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Yeah.
He's been on every team that's won it each of the last 6 years.
Wow.
Which
That's
is
pretty good.
incredible. So
I always wondered what he did after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah,
I always wondered.
It's funny you say that. I thought that, like, Will Smith, is this a joke? I didn't realize what it was. That's crazy. So.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. What did he yell when he ran up on stage?
Chris Rock, right?
Yeah. What did he yell?
It was something like that.
Yeah.
it was definitely something like that. So
yeah.
what else, Huck?
All right. So we have our talk about tops thing. So this was one I was like throwing out. Like I thought it would be a good one for us. So dream jobs and not dream jobs. So what is everyone's number one dream job and your not dream job, like a job you would not do no matter how much they paid you? Mr. Fun.
So now, is a dream job or a dream industry? Just so I can clarify. What it could be one in the both. Just a job.
In industry / whatever. Like you like to work, be something in XYZ industry is fine.
Okay. I'll go first. I would. There's probably two. I wish, way back when, would I have liked to have done something in the entertainment business? I would have. I think as a dream job, I think that would have been something. That when I was young and dumb and didn't have 2 cents to my name, I probably should have taken the leap, but I never did. So that would have been a dream job.
You're in the entertainment industry now.
We are now, but so maybe this will become more than a nightmare.
Like as an exotic dancer, or what would you have done?
I wanted to work in the yeah, that's right. I want to put sound in the pornos, Mr. Fun.
You want to be that guy.
I want to be the Foley artist. Do you know what that person is? That's the one that puts the sound effects back in the movies.
Nice.
The moans. You're out there auditioning for moans.
That's
overlay
right.
on top. Mr. Fun, what about you? What's your dream job?
You know what? I wish I had dedicated my life to teaching midgets math, because I really enjoy making the little things count.
That's pretty good. My dream job, and I think you guys know this, I'd love to be and I would do anything. I don't care what it is, but work in the University of Maryland athletic department. I would, whatever salary they would pay me, I would donate it back to the school. But I would do whatever they wanted, in the athletic department. So even like
despite what you might say, you're going to be football coach soon. So
yeah. What about a not dream job?
I took my first response to that was a serious one. Anything in engineering, I just would hate it because I'm not good at that stuff. But there's so many, pardon the pun, shitty jobs out there that I can, if I really thought about it, you just wouldn't want to do it. Thank goodness people do it. I wouldn't want to express the anal glands on dogs.
My mom does that. My mom, she's retired now, but she worked at an animal hospital in Annapolis for like 35 years, and she had to do that.
Yeah,
she would tell me how to do it to my own animals. I'm like, Mom, I'm not fucking doing that.
I wouldn't want to be the vet who artificially inseminates cows, like puts the glove on and sticks it up their ass.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I have a lot of respect for this profession, but I would not want to do it. Is being a plumber, because to be having to mess around in somebody's clogged toilet, messing in their, I have a phobia of like bathrooms and dirty bathrooms.
That's how you make that's. I read that story about how you become rich in this country now is to be a small businessman, being an electrician or a plumber or HVAC, right?
Yeah,
they are killing it. There's not enough plumbers, right? So they need more of them. And if you can tell a young person start that business, they will do quite well. They can sell it off at somewhere then. Look, I think anything that has to do with something gross. I could never be Dr. Pimple Popper. I think that is just disgusting to me.
Who gets into that business?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's just the worst.
I think the best advice you can give a young person, a young employee, is to always hide from your boss, because they say good employees are hard to find.
You make yourself laugh.
What do you got, a laugh track back there, Mr.
I know. It's like, no, because he got feedback from Monty W, super fan.
Yeah.
That, I really enjoy. I really enjoy it when your jokes bomb and it's really silent. So now he's not going to let there be any silence.
You know what happened there? I was halfway through the joke and I realized you guys aren't going to laugh, so I did my own laugh. I panicked.
We're laughing. You're laughing, but everybody will think it's your joke.
Well, good. Well, we'll keep those coming. Got feedback. What Rhodes' wife's name? Jean. She said she also listens to every episode of our podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For that. And then she likes that segment specifically. She talked about it. I think it makes people think, like, what are their, in this case, dream jobs and say no jobs. So keep those coming, Lucky. I read something a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned to you guys, and part of me is just it's because it's incredible to me, and the other part of me is like, why is it taking so long? Guy back in 1998 was in Tierra del Fuego, which is the very southern tip of South America, and he's from Hull, UK. He's from Hull, England. He determined that he was going to walk back to Hull, England, right in the UK. And with that, he was never going to use any form of transportation to get back, which poses some challenges, right? One, you got to walk, which he's going to do. He's going to walk. But two, you got to get across, ice. You got to get across the ocean by the Bering Strait. Yes, for one example, and I'll come back to that. But anyways, it took him like 6 years to walk from the southern tip of South America to basically the tip of Alaska before going over to Russia, right? Which seems like an incredibly long time to me. Now, I don't know how this guy makes money. I don't know what he does. It didn't sound like he had sponsors. And there were parts where he was going through the Darien Gap in Central America and he got thrown in jail for 50 days. So that kind of adds, things like that happened to him. But then he gets to like Russia and he walks across the Bering Strait when it's frozen. The ice shifted, went 60 kilometers off course, right? And he finally gets to Russia after however many days it was. Then it took him 11 years to get across Russia. And so again, this is taking a long time, right? 27 years he's going to finish it. So he's going to have to swim across the English Channel. That's the only way he can get back to the UK. So he's going to have to swim across
No, is he in the middle of this or he has done this?
No, he's gone through most of it. He's in Europe now. He's made it
at
to
the easy
Europe.
part.
Right. So he's going to finish next year, I guess is when he's going to finish is going to Europe. But I was like, well, if you were walking across the U.S., so let's just use round numbers. The U.S. is 3,000 miles across, right? Right. It's not quite, but let's call it 3,000 miles just for simple math. How many miles do you think you could walk a day? 20? Just pick a number.
Probably more than that.
Okay.
20. Well, let's call it 20.
More than that.
So that suggests if you don't stop, it would take you 150 days to walk across the U.S.
Doing 20 a day.
Right? Isn't that right? 150 times 20 is 3,000.
Okay.
So I should double check my math, and we should do that. Somebody said, why aren't you doing this stuff online while you're okay, well, we can do that in a second.
I don't know. You lost me at frozen Bering Strait, and you could walk across that.
That's the only way he figured he could do it. He had to get to Alaska, and maybe he had to wait. Maybe that's what added to his time.
I don't think it freezes, but who knows?
It does freeze.
All right.
I think maybe you can hop across like big gaps, Mr. Pug.
What?
But anyways, it just feels like an incredibly long time to walk what is effectively the Earth is like 25,000 miles around, that it takes 27 years to me. Now, again, there's challenges. I get it, right? There's weather. There's other things. It just seems like a long time.
Did he stop places and hang out for a while?
Well, I think he had. I read he had some visa issues and Russia, stuff like that. But, at some point you got to have some motion. He's got to be moving forward, though. And it just feels like a long time.
Did he get married and divorced a couple different times along the journey or what?
No, but I understand that his wife went to India the day he left. And he has.
My grandfather, when he turned 65, started walking 5 miles a day. And now he's 101 and we have no idea where the fuck he is.
That's so dumb. So, yes, 100, by the way, I was right on that. 150 days at 20 miles a day is what it would take you. So half a year to walk across the U.S. Again, and notwithstanding other worries that you might have when you're traveling across the country. But it just
do you ever do that? What's the farthest you would sign up to walk?
I don't know. People do the Appalachian Trail. That seems like the big one to do, and I'm not sure I'm that interested in doing that. But maybe something like that's 1,000 miles or 1,100 miles or something like that. Would you do it?
I know how they do it, by the way. This woman did it at my church. And I mean, not everybody does this, but the preferred method, the thing that you could do the fastest and is the safest, it makes the most sense. You actually walk from the middle of the Appalachian Trail up to Maine. Then you fly back in the other direction and you walk the other. So many people say they walk the entire Appalachian Trail, but they don't do it all at one time.
Yeah, and there are definitely different ways to do that.
Yeah.
And, but it'd still be and obviously it takes some of the weather equation out if you do it that way, right? You
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
there's better
So if
weather.
I said, "Hey, let's go on a guys trip," and hey, let's walk to New Orleans, you wouldn't sign it up for that, Biff?
I'm not. Well, you and I have the time
Yeah,
just for
that's true.
fun. You can.
I wouldn't walk from Bethesda to Rockville if I had a choice. What the
You
heck?
can do the comedy club circuit, Mr.
I
Fun.
can.
Yeah, that's what you should do. So speaking of distances, because I have now firmly put my foot into the camp of I think the moon landing was a fraud. So I'm going to ask you two questions here. How far do you think Mars is away from Earth? Right, because the reason I raised that is I saw some pictures from Mars. That's what prompted me. So, and I might have this slightly off, and I don't want anybody to correct me too hard, but I know the rough number. How far do you think Mars is from
Are you
Earth?
talking about how long it would take us to get there or the
Nope,
miles?
distance. I want distance in miles. Miles.
Oh, it's 687,000 miles.
Lucky, any idea?
I have no idea. 2,000 miles? I don't know, 4,000 miles?
Mars is 138 million miles away.
Oh, wow.
Right? And we've put a rover onto Mars. Okay. How far do you think the moon is from Earth?
185,000.
Yeah,
Lucky?
like, I don't know, 500K?
Okay. 238,000 miles. And we haven't been there in almost 60 years. Again, there's something off on this. I just don't get it.
Wow.
What would we do? I mean, okay, so we decide to go back to the moon. What would be the purpose?
Yeah, I don't know. Tourism? I just can't fathom. It could be tourism. Why wouldn't it? It's close. You can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that somebody has landed on the moon?
Yes.
I do.
Really?
Although there's a lot of people out there that that think it was a hoax in the 69 where
Yeah. Well, they're just trying to beat the Russians, right?
Yeah.
This was the Soviets at that point in time.
Yeah.
So and
There's isn't there like a restaurant on the moon where the food's real good, but there's no atmosphere? No.
Yeah, good. Keep them coming.
The timing
Keep them coming,
didn't work
Mr.
right on
Fun.
that one.
You've done that. So this past week, we ordered Chinese food out. But Bethany Beach's own #1 Chinese is the name of the restaurant. And I'm not sure there's a second Chinese restaurant in Bethany Beach, but we'll call it. They might as well be #1. They mean so we get the fortune cookies. Mine was some, like you get normal fortune cookies. I used to have one at my desk here. Kind of those motivational things, right? Mrs. Biff got a fortune though that said, "Connect with others who understand your mental health struggles." That is an odd fortune.
It's awful.
And it was on the and I could show you the picture of it. It's on the piece of paper, and then it's got the lucky numbers on the back. I'm like, wow, that is an odd fortune.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting that what company came up with that? Like they're struggling to come up with new ones, and mental health's a challenge. Let's make somebody even more depressed with their fortune.
Confucius says,
yeah,
they used to be
ridiculous.
That's a misfortune cookie.
Yeah,
right
there
there.
you go. That's a good
that's
one.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, well, good. So, as I said, we just want to call out some super fans from last week. I talked about Jenny E, April B, Monty W, saw JK.
I forgot
of our
that.
former segment, Where in the World is JK?
Yeah.
He was in College Park, Maryland yesterday. So it was good to see JK.
I forgot to give him our business cards to leave in all the crazy places that he goes.
Yeah.
That's
I was
right.
thinking about that today.
Yeah, that's okay. And then Slab, also super fan, also been on the show before telling jokes. So we will get others back there telling jokes and doing that. So thank you all for continuing to listen to us. As I mentioned, YouTube stuff, the short videos doing really well, getting thousands upon thousands watching the videos. So I will keep posting those. So thank you for following that. Like and subscribe, as Mr. Fun always says. Obviously, Mr. Fun, I'm sort of vamping here because it's about end of the time where you tell us jokes here. So just do that. But anyways, like and subscribe, pass it along. We're hearing from a lot of people. Honestly, some of the people I talked to yesterday that listened to the podcast, I didn't know listened to the podcast. So it's great to have all those fans and hear from them. So Mr. Fun, as I just mentioned, it's that time. Do you have a risque joke to
with a
to
with a
bring us
Halloween
up?
theme. With a Halloween
Okay.
theme. What do you call it when several male ghosts ejaculate on a female ghost? Boo cocky.
Jeez. I'm g-
That's
it's
not bad. That's a pretty good one.
Made that one up myself.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. Any do you have any more in your arsenal there, or that's
Oh, sure. I told this one a couple years ago, but it's one of my favorite. These three guys can't get into a Halloween party. The bouncer says, guys, you have to wear a costume, and this year's theme is a twist. I mean, you need to dress like your favorite emotion. So three guys are pissed off, and they go to the alley, and they're trying to they see a dumpster, and they just say, we got to find something to make into a costume. So they dive into the dumpster. One guy comes out with a can of red paint. He paints himself red. He goes to the bouncer, and the bouncer goes, "What are you?" And he goes, "I'm anger." He goes, "That's great emotion. Come on in." The other guy paints himself with a blue paint, and he goes in, and the bouncer says, "What are you?" And he goes, "I'm sadness." And he says, "Okay, you can come in." And then the third guy, all he finds is a rotten pear. So he strips down naked, and he puts it on his penis. And he walks up to the bouncer. He goes, "What the hell are you?" He goes, "I'm fucking despair."
Fucking despair.
All right.
First
So
one was better.
Yeah. Lucky, there are people that don't want to tell us about things, and how do they do it?
Talk about 2023 at gmail.com. Now, you teased this last week, Biff. We are contemplating a big announcement. Did we mention some rebranding? So we will.
No, we have now, apparently.
Yeah. So so be on the lookout in the next couple weeks for some.
Yes, that's right.
Some new Mr. Fun, Lucky, and Biff.
What are we going to do with all our swag? What are we going to do with all our swag?
Yeah, all that Scotty swag will still work, since that
All
seems to
right.
be all you wear at this
Good.
point. So that's fine. So that will still be good, and I think the sponsors will love it. So we'll do that. So anyway, that the plan is to announce it next week. So everybody will listen in for that. It'll be exciting time. There are actually two announcements. They're wrapped together. So we'll one leads to the other. So that's another tease. So we'll do that. So
and
it's fun. Any words from you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. You took it where I usually say, please subscribe. Whenever I watch other people's videos, podcasts, whatever, they say it's really important that you subscribe. So it's got to be important. So please subscribe.
Absolutely. So good.
All right.
Well, it was good seeing you guys yesterday. Good seeing you remote right now. And until we do it again next week, let me just say goodbye.
We're doing an outro?
We're doing the outro. And for Monty W's benefit, I will have tried to put the music on maybe a touch earlier.
Okay.
The outro is playing.
All right.
So Biff, you teased a couple of announcements, and I'm just going to let everyone know that we're not announcing that Mr. Fun and Lucky are becoming Felix and Oscar of the Odd Couple.
Right.
You could be.
We really could. What would you be? I guess you would be Felix and I would be Oscar.
You and I are probably the closest Felix and Oscar
that is
to
true.
each other.
That's really funny. No, Biff would be a good Felix.
No.
100%
Look, Lucky does things. You stay over at Lucky's house.
Right.
You're guaranteed to have breakfast made for you when you get up. He will have cut fresh fruit for you, Mr. Fun.
Yes.
He will have laid the newspapers out in the right order so you can read them. He's a good conversationalist. He's got all that. So you'd be and fine.
I'll crinkle up newspaper and miss the garbage can with it, and all that. What a great show! What a great show!
It was an Odd Couple. That's good.
These guys had a good life. I mean, it's not that they got divorced, but they had a pretty good life.
Hey, Biff, have you heard of Murphy's Law? What is it?
When things can go wrong, they will go wrong.
Yeah. Have you heard of Cole's Law?
Cole's Law? No.
It's
coleslaw?
It's thinly sliced cabbage.
No, that's coleslaw. Okay. Thinly sliced cabbage.
Oh, that's it. That's all I got.
What's the theme of your Sora videos this week? So give everybody a preview.
It just comes to me. I wake up with it. It's as if the hand of God is reaching out to me and telling me to be funny.
Okay.
So you sent a video last night. It was a follow-up to the homecoming things, which is a video you could have shot yourself. but you just typed in the words on Sora, and it was a fake you.
Right.
Saying,
But then
thank
in
you for coming
back,
to
I
homecoming
thanked
or
all the
whatever.
alumni for being there, and you pan to the back, and they all have crutches and
They were all old people. They were all
handicapped
old
men,
dudes.
like
Yeah.
9-year-old men. I'm like,
I know.
we're all the
It's like-
good-looking guys.
that was the funny part.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe we should have you on Sora do the outro.
Oh, wow. I don't know
That
how you
would-
merge it.
I'll figure it out. You do one time. We're not going to do
All
it
right,
now.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. So, with that, I'm just gonna quickly do it here. I want to thank everybody for listening again and to join us again next week. Again, episode 150, big announcement week. So we will be doing that. Mr. Fun is going to Rutgers.
Yeah.
To get away from his dogs,
Yes.
apparently. And then and Lucky is going to Coppin State. Is that tomorrow night?
I'm seeing the Terps play Coppin State, Buzz Williams' first game. Looking
Okay.
forward to that. So
Good. We're rooting for another Maryland team, which is good at
Yep.
this point in time. I think we need it. But shout out Maryland soccer. Number 4 or 5 in the nation beat Indiana, which is a perennial favorite. So we won at one football game. It was just more the
there you go.
European style. So
Right. Look at you.
All right. We'll leave it here. Good to see you guys.
See you guys
Okay.
soon.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.